He picked up the ball and he just placed it on the spot. Haaland, a penalty taker for club and country, Borussia Dortmund and Norway. He steps up left-footed and he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Erling Haaland is off and running. The trademark celebration, and City lead at the London Stadium. Rodri now comes forward and into the gap for De Bruyne, and now City on the counter. Haaland's through, chance to sink West Ham, and you know what? He never misses chances like that. And Erling Haaland has doubled his money. Welcome to Manchester, Erling Haaland. You are going to be a superstar. His dad's up celebrating among the Blues fans behind the goal. He just doesn't miss chances like that. De Bruyne's deep ball to the far, and there's still a chance, and Haaland scores, and City are back in the match, and Haaland's on target again.
Andrée knocks that down for Foden. Foden towards the back post. It's Haaland who scores. 2-2. To the delight of the Etihad, Erling Haaland nods the ball in at the back post. It's back to Bernardo. Noah Silva again pulls that back. Gorgeous team goal from Manchester City. They have turned things around, and putting the finishing touch on the move is Erling Haaland with his second goal of the afternoon. Field again, Gundogan to Haaland. Haaland receives strongly, stabs the ball in, it's a hat-trick for Haaland. 4-2 to City. As Haaland is set up by Ilkay Gundogan.
He goes short, Foden's there in support of it. Foden clips it in, Haaland, 1-0. I had a hunch that his first touch might be decisive. It was a near post run, and he just flicked it beyond Henderson. Haaland on the edge, and Foden, and Haaland makes it 2-0. It is bizarre, isn't it? I mentioned that Aguero scored 2 in his 5th match. I mentioned that the two of them are in tandem. Well, for Sergio Aguero, read Erling Haaland. It's 2-0 City. João Cancelo with the outside of the boot. Great ball. Foden heads it back, and Stones on the far, and Haaland, number 3. They can't rule that one out for offside because the ball came backwards to Haaland, and City lead by 3 goals to 0. And now Haaland has his second hat-trick in the space of 4 days. He is quite an extraordinary player.
In by KDB to the back post, it's found by Erling Haaland. Who else? From who else? Kevin De Bruyne with the assist, Haaland with the goal. It's 1-0 for Manchester City. It's come to Haaland. His first touch of the match, and Haaland goes for goal. Haaland scores! 2-0 to City. There was no celebration against Borussia Dortmund. There's certainly a celebration today as Haaland keeps up his goal-scoring form.
And City's corner comes in. Haaland off the line. Did it cross? Goal. Yes, it did. It's 2-0 City. And Haaland's first chance of the game inevitably goes into the net. The goal machine is clicking again.
It's fantastic. What a leap. 2-0, fantastic goal.
On it goes to De Bruyne. City have men over here. De Bruyne, Haaland, 3-0. Kevin De Bruyne assist. Erling Haaland goal. It's becoming a cliche, but it's a cliche I do not mind repeating over and over again. And
De Bruyne now skips forward and on to Grealish. Dalot in front of him. Gomez on his overlap, goes inside to De Bruyne, now outside to Gomez, inside Haaland! 5-1! Hat-trick, Erling Haaland! The records keep on tumbling. Erling Haaland's got a hat-trick for City. It's the first time they've scored 5 in a derby at the Etihad Stadium. It might not be the end of the scoring today, and a quite wonderful, wonderful day.
The two players in the box, now 3, now 4, played back to Haaland, goal! Erling Haaland's goal-scoring run continues as he is set up by João Cancelo with the cutback. 4-0 to Manchester City. It had to be Haaland. Over the top to Haaland. Haaland gets round the goalkeeper. Haaland will finish off. 1-0 to Manchester City. The Brighton defence was in disarray, and Haaland is the opportunist. Strong, alert and prolific. He scores again for Manchester City. Erling Haaland blasts that one past the goalkeeper. Absolutely no chance for Robert Sanchez.
Erling Haaland, can he win it for City? Erling Haaland! Need I say more? Listen to the Etihad Stadium. There are some victories that you reflect upon at the end of the season, and you say that that was the day we won the Premier League title. Leeds have got it in their own half, and they've lost the ball, and Grealish is coming through on goal. He's got Haaland to his left, he rolls him in, Haaland makes it 2-0, and City have the easiest of goals. An absolutely calamitous error from Leeds United. There's an assist for Jack Grealish, because Jack Grealish pounced on the loose one, ran from the halfway line, went to the edge of the area and just passed it to Haaland, who just came from behind the ball to make sure he was onside, rolled it into the back of the net. Haaland into the gap, Grealish, Haaland, 3-0. Another assist for Grealish, another goal for Haaland. He missed a few chances in the first half, Jack Grealish, but he has more than atoned by giving 2 assists to Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland moves on to 20 Premier League goals for City. Yes, 20 in only his 13th Premier League start.
Brunner to Grealish, Grealish to Mahrez could cut inside here, cuts back outside, delivers that to Haaland. He's got another goal in the Premier League. Erling Haaland scores on 23 minutes. Manchester City take the lead. Tremendous work from Riyad Mahrez to set up his teammates. A goal-scoring machine strikes again. Alvarez goes around the referee. Beating Ugo Lloris, it's like the World Cup all over again. Lifted over here into the box. There's the header. There's Haaland. 2-2. Erling Haaland scores. Both strikers on the score sheet in the space of 5 minutes. Mahrez. Maybe over to the back post. Haaland scores. Kevin De Bruyne to Erling Haaland, a classic combination already for Manchester City, and it's provided the opening just ahead of half-time. Haaland slides that home, it's 2-0 to Manchester City, and Erling Haaland gets another goal for his tally. That is one of the calmest penalties. City won the ball back here. It's played to Haaland. Haaland hat-trick. 3-0 to Manchester City. Another Premier League hat-trick for Erling Haaland.
Gundogan has options. On he goes to De Bruyne. Cross the face of the goal. And Erling Haaland! Erling Haaland! 3-1 City. Assist from De Bruyne. Goal from Erling Haaland. Arsenal 1, City 3. There's daylight and the top of the table beckons. Just try and get the second here. Gundogan round the back. Cross comes in towards Foden and Haaland! And they do get the second goal. Erling Haaland is there, doing what all good strikers do and following up after a rebound. And the referee sounded his whistle. Haaland with focus, he comes up to the ball and sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And City at last have the breakthrough. And he runs over to the City fans on this near side in the right-hand corner. City still in the final third here. A little bit of space out wide for De Bruyne. De Bruyne now with a bending cross. Haaland! 1-0 City! De Bruyne gets his 100th Premier League assist, of course he does. And Erling Haaland gets the goal. His 29th of the Premier League season, his 43rd of the campaign. And the Blues lead by 1-0. As Grealish comes forward in the left wing position, taking on Bednarek, into the penalty area he goes, clips it on, Haaland! That is a stunning finish from Erling Haaland. He assumes that famous yoga pose, and City have the 3 points, and Erling Haaland is 2/3 of the way to his first away hat-trick as a Manchester City player.
Haaland firmly focused on the ball, which he blasts low into the bottom right corner. It's 2-0 to Manchester City. KDB has won that away with the nutmeg on Andrée, and he sets off. It's played through to Haaland. Haaland could finish off here for a second. And it is 2 for Haaland. 3 for City. The Blues running rampant, and they give Leicester a taste of their own medicine.
Now Foden on the edge of the area, onto Haaland! 4-1. What was I saying? That it was a night when Haaland's going to get 2 assists but no goal. I must have been out of my mind. Haaland moves on to goal number 49 of the season, 33 in the Premier League.
Born in Leeds, raised in Norway, but made in Manchester. Erling Haaland, goal scorer supreme, hits a phenomenal 50.
On it goes to Grealish. Grealish onto Haaland. Haaland's through on goal. 2-0 City. Had to be. Haaland doesn't miss those. And now he becomes the first player in Premier League history to hit 35 goals in a season. And the Blues lead by 2-0. And you have to say, it's Haaland's first real chance. He swallowed it up. City are now looking for a second themselves, and Haaland will score it! A cross from the left-hand side. Haaland got away from his marker and headed it, and Pickford's weight was going the wrong way. He couldn't keep it out, and in the space of about 2.5 minutes, City are now 2-0 up. That's a corner, it's drilled in low. Phil Foden's kept it alive. He keeps it towards Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne puts in a second cross. It's deep. Rodri pulls away, and City do score. Haaland's first touch of the new Premier League season finds its way into the back of the Burnley net.
Are you really surprised? Well, it's only this man who can do it again, but it comes down to training ground, understanding set pieces. Rodri keeps it alive off that deep cross, and that's where he comes alive, Erling Haaland.
City appear to have got control of this match again after a 3 or 4 minute spell in which Burnley had a few good moments. Now, down the right-hand side, Walker, crossing position, on it goes to Alvarez, near the penalty spot. Haaland hits the back of the net! Can you believe it? Of course you can believe it! It's Erling Haaland again!
But this is an incredible finish, leaning back, away from goal. It looks sensational, it is sensational. What a goal again, we can't say any more about this guy.
Kovacic now, Kovacic wide to Grealish, Grealish up against Baldock, Baldock on that yellow card, can't dive in. Grealish trying to tempt him in, he's in the penalty area, Grealish. Little dink over the top, Haaland 1-0, had to come. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And Erling Haaland buries the header in the back of the goal. It was magnificent from Jack Grealish, classic wing play, and Haaland buries it. The ball's with Rodri. Rodri into the gap for Alvarez, on towards Haaland. Haaland through and scores. And City lead by 3 goals to 1. And just for a moment, Fulham's concentration wavered. Alvarez into Haaland, and Haaland just gliding it past the advancing Leno, and City do have a third. And Alvarez and Haaland, who combined earlier, it's a return of the favour. Now Haaland scores. No problem at all. Leno went the wrong way, Haaland dispatched it into the opposite corner. Haaland's on another City hat-trick, and the Blues lead 4-1, Andy Morrison.
What a terrific penalty.
Bernardo Silva out wide to Sergio Gomez. Gomez on towards Lewis. Lewis followed by Diop, goes to Sergio Gomez. Can he cross it? Well, he decides not to. Comes inside Sergio Gomez. On it goes to Haaland! The perfect end to the day. It's an Erling Haaland hat-trick. It's his first of the season. It's his 7th for City.
Gomez does brilliant. You know, but if you can watch the movement of Haaland, it's as good as you're ever going to see, and it's what a finish.
Alvarez goes out wide to Bernardo Silva. City have 4 against 3. Can they find the right pass? Haaland, will he score? You bet he will. At last, I said earlier I don't think Haaland's going to score today. Actually, deep down, I don't think he thought he was going to score today. But the greatest strikers in world football, they forget the misses. They forget the fact that things haven't gone their way. And eventually, their perseverance gets rewarded.
This ball comes around the back to Núñez. Núñez to Haaland. 2-0. Erling Haaland with the header as Matheus Núñez provides the assist. You cannot afford to give Erling Haaland a free header. Goals galore from Erling Haaland since the start of the season. Haaland onto the ball, maybe for the first time. He goes for goal and scores! Erling Haaland with a precise drive off a Brighton mistake at the back. He's back to scoring ways. Those droughts never last for long. Erling Haaland makes it 2-0 to Manchester City.
A chance for City from the penalty spot. Haaland scores, and City are in front in the 191st Manchester derby. And Erling Haaland, who scored a hat-trick, of course, against United last season, is 1/3 the way to another one here. Grealish now with Fernandes in front of him. Can Grealish get beyond Bruno Fernandes? Outside it goes to Bernardo Silva, clipped in. Haaland, 2-0 City! That is a magnificent goal. Absolutely devastating from the Blues. Clipped out to the left to Bernardo Silva, floated ball to the back post.
Once that run and the timing, that reverse ball from Jack's brilliant, then they're all sorts of trouble. Rodri arriving in there is what drags in. Oh, it's brilliant. It's so good.
He's taken that very short run-up that is a trademark of his. He steps up and sends Sanchez the wrong way, and City lead at Stamford Bridge through an Erling Haaland penalty, and it is Chelsea 0, City 1. Haaland gets away easily from Caicedo and onto Alvarez, and Foden now into the final third goes City. Alvarez on his outside, here is Alvarez, Haaland, 3-2, bundled over the line, but that is a terrific move from City. It's an assist from Alvarez, it's Haaland on the line, scrambles it over the line, goes to the City fans who are very, very close to the goal, and they lead for a second time. Chelsea 2, City 3. Ake now tries to go outside, lovely dribble from Ake, on he goes to Haaland, 1-0, City score, Haaland's first chance of the game, Ake with the set, Haaland with the finish, City 1, Liverpool 0. Not only is it a big goal, it's also Erling Haaland's 50th, his 50th Premier League goal for City. Alvarez hits the outswinger, Diaz pulls away, it's blocked, City might get it with Haaland, 1-0, can you believe it? He's not had a single chance today, and Haaland, who hasn't scored since the end of November, scores with his first attempt on target in the match.
Welcome back, big man. What's a finish? It's like he's absolutely smashed it with his right foot. That's why he is different from everybody else. He scores goals that he has no right to score.
Ake now onto De Bruyne. De Bruyne strides forward onto Haaland. Haaland now up against Branthwaite. Takes on Branthwaite. Gets the better of Branthwaite. 2-0. Erling Haaland. Well.
That's what they can do. Ali, he's got two options. He's got Doku, and I thought he was going to go Doku, but then he plays a beautiful time ball into the path of Haaland. But he's just too strong. Brushes him off. And then have you got the composure, Erling, to finish? Of course you do.
Here's Mope in towards Tony, away by Diaz, Foden, and now Rodri, and now Alvarez to Haaland, and Haaland's onto it, and Haaland's through, what a chance, Erling Haaland, 1-0 City, a slip from Brentford, and Haaland punishes them, he now has a full collection, he scored against every single team he has ever met in the Premier League, and he's broken Brentford hearts tonight. City 1, Brentford 0. Oh, Rodri wins it back. Haaland, 3-1. Game over. United are beaten. Liverpool are next. I have to say, if there was ever a match that deserved a victory for the team who have just won it, it's this one. The United away end is emptying and the Poznan's breaking out.
Side from Grealish, poked across, it's turned across the line by who else but Erling Haaland. 3-1 to Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne with the assist for the favourite recipient for his killer balls across. Erling Haaland. Haaland against Kaminski. Haaland scores. 3-0 to Manchester City. Haaland back to scoring ways. He's never too far away from a goal.
City doing well to keep hold of the ball, and believe you me, when you're out of possession, your energy drains. Now Haaland getting into a position to shoot. Haaland! 2-0! Boy, did we need it! And Erling Haaland's provided it. They've ridden out the storm and they've grabbed a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic goal. Took it really, really well. KDB found a little bit of space. Played in Haaland, who's 1v1 then with Murillo. Sells comes out and he took the chance really early and rolls it into the far corner.
And so Haaland has the opportunity to give City the early lead as we click towards the end of 12 minutes, and Haaland scores very, very comfortably, and City have the lead inside 12 minutes. The City have got it with De Bruyne. De Bruyne advances, plays it through to Rodri in the penalty area, and Haaland at the far, 2-0! Rodri assist, Haaland header, City 2, Wolves 0.
De Bruyne back to Rodri and then chooses just to clip it right to the back post. Haaland rises so tall. The goalkeeper into the far corner. They're the ones he waits for. The execution is wonderful.
Haaland scores. Wasn't that hard? This time José Sá did go the right way, and Haaland tucks it into the back of the net. Now Foden clips the ball over the top, looking for Haaland. Haaland's onto it. Haaland into the penalty area. Haaland hits the shot. Oh, I say, Erling Haaland, you are one hell of a player. The ball came over his shoulder. He had to trap it. He did beautifully. And then he made a bit of space. He got beyond Kilman. He wrapped his left foot around the ball and thumped it into the far corner of the goal. On it goes to De Bruyne, across the face of the goal, Erling Haaland, 1-0 City, 1-0 to the Blues, must-win night. Who do they turn to? The big man. Spurs 0, City 1, De Bruyne assist, Haaland goal. They do it time and time again, and they've done it when we needed it most. Wherever you are, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, hold your breath. Erling Haaland scores! Spurs 0, City 2! Erling Haaland makes it 2! City have their hands on the title again!
It's come to Haaland. Can Haaland finish off? He can! First goal of the season in the Premier League for Manchester City. And it's Erling Haaland who scores. He filled his boots against Chelsea in the pre-season friendly just a fortnight ago.
Erling Haaland has this record of having scored against every single Premier League opponent he's faced. Well, he'll want to extend that record today by scoring against Ipswich. Haaland now steps up and scores easily, and City were behind for only a matter of moments. And now they're coming forward again, and Haaland's through the middle, and he's got beyond Muric. 2-1, 3-1. 2-1 1 minute, 3-1 the next. Erling Haaland's on another hat-trick, and Ipswich Town are absolutely in a spin. A wonderful, wonderful ball over the top. Haaland on the end, over the top of the advancing goalkeeper, and City suddenly have a 2-goal advantage. Wider to De Bruyne. De Bruyne into Lewis, can't get to it. Lewis then wins the second ball. Ipswich lose it. Haaland's got it. Hits the shot into the net. Erling Haaland hat-trick. Well, it was probably a really awkward position from which to shoot. He must have been about 22 metres from goal. They've lost the ball, and Haaland's in the penalty area, and he scored. West Ham building from the back, lose the ball. Bernardo Silva latches onto it, slips a through ball into the path of Haaland. Erling Haaland, once again at the London Stadium, gives the Blues the lead. Keeps on going, Grealish, and keeps on going. And now finds Bernardo Silva and Kovacic and Lewis and Haaland. Haaland shot, 2-1 City. Erling Haaland rifles it into the roof of the net. And boy, I tell you what, they have really deserved that. They have been all over West Ham, and they now lead. And Erling Haaland is 2/3 the way to yet another City hat-trick. And now Núñez across the halfway line onto Haaland. Haaland's through on goal. Can he sink West Ham? Did I need to ask the question? Did I need to even hesitate? When you've got the striking Viking, you've got a guarantee of goals, and it is 3-1 at last.
Looks for the cut in. It's found Haaland, and it's found the net. A doubt for this game due to some trying personal circumstances. Erling Haaland gets City back on terms just before the 20-minute mark. Haaland, he's found his way through. Can he score his second? Of course he can. It's Erling Haaland. Manchester City are in front for the first time. An opportunistic chance for Erling Haaland, and he buries it one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Well, Savinho's now got away from Calafiori. He plays it in. Haaland one-on-one, scores! City 1, Arsenal 0. Erling Haaland again. Absolutely majestic from the Blues. Erling Haaland in double figures already. It's his 10th of the season, and with that goal, he clocks up 100 for City. It is a stunning, stunning way to do it. Gvardiol further wide to Bernardo Silva, into the gap for Matheus Nunes. Cross comes in, Haaland's at it and scores! First chance of the game, and you know who? Well, whenever he gets a chance, he puts it on target, and invariably he goes into the back of an opponent's net. And City lead 1-0. Erling Haaland, 14th of the season, his 11th in the Premier League. He keeps up his record of having scored every time that he's met Southampton. Kovacic wins it back and drives in, and on it goes to Haaland, through on goal. Haaland! In, 1-0. It was stopped by Verbruggen. It popped up into the air, but then Haaland followed it up and forced it over the line. Brilliant, brilliant play from Mateo Kovacic. An absolutely sensational piece of midfield play. He drove down the middle. Brighton were coming forward, but Kovacic, well, he's been outstanding today. Gvardiol goes out wide to Matheus Nunes in the left wing position. Up against a couple of Palace players, plays it in towards Haaland. Haaland heads it in! City 1, Palace 1. It was a lovely ball in, whipped in with a lovely, nice angle to it. And Haaland just rose higher than Henderson, and City are level, 1-1. McAtee. Oh, that was beautifully done. Lovely exchange of feet. And on it goes to De Bruyne. And De Bruyne's got options, and one of them Savinho. Savinho up towards Haaland, 2-0! Brilliant from McAtee in the build-up. And then he just opened up the space. It was helped out wide. Savinho scooped in across, and Erling Haaland cushioned the header into the corner of the net. And City lead by 2-0. And he won't get an assist, but brilliant from James McAtee.
Savinho. Oh, he's got around Kufal. Delivers into Haaland. Oh, what a brilliant goal from Manchester City. Inspired from Savinho. And Haaland heads it home. A tremendous contribution from the left-hand side from Savinho. He had Kufal all tangled up. Savinho. There's a call for this from Foden. It's played more directly to Haaland, who will try and round the goalkeeper. Brilliant finish from him. He waited and waited for Guardiola to commit. And then it's a delicate chip over the goalkeeper. Erling Haaland says, "You again." And it is indeed Savinho who contributes. Interception by Doku. He's got Haaland with him. He'll play to Haaland. Haaland scores! From an assist from Jeremy Doku. Erling Haaland, he had to get involved in the goal scoring. Fantastic 5 for Manchester City. Haaland, his header on, the goalkeeper stranded here. Can Haaland finish off? Haaland goes for goal, and he scores. City are in front. Sanchez was all at sea. The Chelsea defence tricked by the little-headed control from the big Norwegian. Erling Haaland makes it Manchester City 2, Chelsea 1. Into the box is Saliba. Chips that up. Haaland's header. There's the equaliser. One apiece. Well, Haaland stays humble as he trudges over to celebrate with the City faithful. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. Erling Haaland with the headed goal.
Doku, and he can take on Pedro Porro, and he plays it in low, and Haaland puts it in! Doku with the assist, Haaland with the side foot into the net, and City take the lead. They've started this game really well, Doku in particular picking up where he left off, and City have scored here once again at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The ground falls silent, apart from the sound of Simon Hooper's whistle. Short run up from Erling Haaland. Haaland steps up, puts the goalkeeper the wrong way, puts it in the other side, and City lead by 1-0. And Erling Haaland's a record breaker. 100 goal involvements for City in just 94 appearances, 84 goals, 16 assists. He is a superstar. Here comes Haaland, and he tucks it into the corner. Bernd Leno goes the wrong way, and City lead by 2-0. And now, unless Fulham score 3 times, the Blues are in the Champions League next season. Now Reinders can come forward. Reinders in central midfield, keeps on coming. Oh, that's great feet from him. On it goes, scoop ball in towards Lewis. Lewis into the area, and Haaland scores! Brilliant from Reinders, on it went to Lewis, across the face of the goal, and Erling Haaland, it's a cliche, isn't it? Scores on the opening day once again. Wolves 0, City 1, Erling Haaland. Clips it forward, looking towards Reinders. Good ball, right to Reinders. Reinders has got away here, and he can drive City forward. On it goes to Bob in the right wing position. Wolves are stretched here. Reinders in the area. Good ball. Haaland 3-0. Wonderful from Reinders. Brilliant from Haaland. He races over to the City fans on the far side. And you have to say, Reinders has been involved in all 3 goals. Haaland has his second. City lead 3-0. That was majestic.
It's a brilliant finish. Haaland, still work to do. He passes it, but he's got the power, he's got the accuracy.
Oscar Bob going to use the outside. He goes in. It's Marmoush. This is Haaland's, and the breakthrough has come. Haaland with his 5th opportunity of the game, and it's perhaps the easiest one. And it's comfortably tucked away past Bart Verbruggen. And it has been coming. Erling Haaland has been threatening. City have been creating chances. And if you create chances, surely one is going to be tucked away.
O'Reilly to Foden. Foden back to O'Reilly. Back to Foden again. On towards Doku. Doku on towards Haaland. Haaland in the penalty area. City 2, United 0. Erling Haaland.
A great ball from Phil Foden into Doku, and then Doku just his power and his strength to be able to roll the defender and slip in Haaland. And then the master finishes it off with a beautiful little clip.
City have needed Donnarumma at his best as Haaland gets to this one-on-one, and he's through, and he's got a chance to make it 3-0. Can he tuck it in? You bet he can. City 3, United 0. Haaland's run from halfway and put the derby out of United's reach.
One mistake, they're just wide open, and it's just a brilliant finish from Haaland.
It's all a bit scrappy. Haaland with a lovely layoff to Reinders, and City can attack here for the first time. Haaland's bursting away. Reinders has got to the edge of the area. Haaland's in the clear, and City have scored. That is a magnificent goal. You trace that back to the Blues winning it in their own half. Reinders just took it into Arsenal territory, got to the final third, helped it into Haaland, and Haaland did the rest, and the Blues lead 1-0. On it goes to Doku, Doku to the edge of the area, still Doku, little cross in, Haaland, there's the goal, there's Erling Haaland's goal. No Norwegian has scored more Premier League goals than Erling Haaland. He's taken over from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and he makes City comfortable winners this afternoon. He's got a stunning record, Erling Haaland, against Burnley, and his records just keep on tumbling. Oh, and now Haaland's through on goal. He must score. He must make it 5. He does. Another terrible Burnley error. Absolutely shocking at the back from Burnley. All their good work has completely collapsed. They've gifted Haaland the ball on the edge of their own area, just playing around on the edge of the D. And Haaland says, oh, OK, thank you, I'll have that, and puts it in the back of the net. City back into possession. Gvardiol down the channel looking for Haaland. Haaland gets the better of Ayer, powers his way through, hits a shot in the net. All the qualities of Erling Haaland to the fore. Strength, determination, and of course the unerringly accurate finish. He has had the most stunning start to the season, and the Blues lead here at the G-Tech Stadium through that man, Erling Haaland.
Gonzalez to Phil Foden, that slipped through. It's onto the left-hand side, and it's a free cross in for Haaland to head home. The scoring run continues for Erling Haaland. The Premier League's top marksman breaks the deadlock just before the hour. O'Reilly sets him up, left all alone on that left channel. Up to Foden. Tuck back for Haaland, it slips through. Haaland gets his second, to the delight of his teammates and some of the subs who've been warming up. Things have got a whole lot more comfortable for Manchester City with 2 goals from Erling Haaland.
Nico looks up, finds a lot of Bournemouth players in front of him. Then Cherki nudges it on, and Haaland's through on goal here. Haaland keeps on going. Can he find the finish? You bet he can. City 1, Bournemouth 0. A headed through ball by Cherki, and Haaland ran from the halfway line.
Oh, it just had to be, didn't it? And it was the third time lucky. Cherki's tried with 2 passes. This time it was a headed delivery out in front of Erling Haaland. As soon as he goes free, there's only one thing you expect. There's only one thing that's going to happen, and that's he finds the back of the net.
Diaz through to Foden. On it goes towards Haaland. Haaland now through on goal. Can he make it 2-1? He's gone round Petrovic. He scores again! And I think it was another Cherki assist.
You've got it, Ali. A brilliant Cherki pass, picking out the run of Erling Haaland. He shows pace, he shows composure to take it away from the goalkeeper and then cut it in from a tight angle. The combination has supplied another goal. Cherki, brilliant pass. Haaland, wonderful finish.
Gvardiol into Diaz. Diaz across to the right side to Matheus Nunes. Matheus Nunes in a crossing position. Hits it in towards Haaland. Haaland scores! Cross in the area, Ibrahima Konate misses the ball, Haaland scores, City 1, Liverpool 0, it had to come. O'Reilly and Foden and Doku. Doku in the left wing position, hits it in low, Haaland 1-0. He didn't get it earlier, he does do now. 1-0 City, 100 Premier League goals for Erling Haaland. A quite breathtaking piece of finishing from one of the most deadly strikers that the Premier League has ever seen. He's beaten Alan Shearer's record. He's done it 13 games quicker than the great Newcastle forward. And the truth is that the way Erling Haaland is going, he might reach 200 very, very quickly. 1-0 City.